Hello everyone! So today our topic is about of course laro ng lahi, specifically Agawan Bay. So as you can see in the picture, I know some of you have already experienced playing this game. So in this game, you have the skill or necessary skill which is speed in running. To begin with, let's have first the objectives of our topic. So first, discover how Agawan base is being played. Two, identify the skills that can be developed by playing the game. 3. Develop appreciation of playing traditional games, especially in this time of pandemic. So let's start with the definition of Agawan base. So Agawan base is another traditional games in the Philippines that is so popular from the past 2 to 3 decades. It literally means capturing base. It's played by two teams with minimum of 3 players for each team. So Agawan base literally originated here in the Philippines, and also there were no evidences who was the inventor of this game. And also in English, it is called as capturing base. So in this game, it should have two teams with equal number of players or members. Next is we have where did Agawan base originated. So as I have said earlier, it originated here in the Philippines. Okay, so next, the skills needed in the game. So, we have the agility, speed, and coordination. So, I have said in the first part that in this game, it should have, or we should have the skill of speed in running, right? But definitely, dapat hindi lang speed. Okay, of course, dapat agility, dapat maliksi tayong kumilos. And also coordination, we have the feet and body coordination, right? Okay, next is we have how to play the game. So, paano nga ba nilalaro tong Agawan base? So, first, there will be 2 bases. Each base has equal members. So, diba kanina sabi po, usually it is played by 2 teams with 3 members. Okay, so just like with the picture attached here in the presentation. Next, mark your base with your base marker. So, it depends on you kung ano yung magiging basehan ninyo kung alin ang base ninyo. Like, for example, di ba, sa experience ko, kasi based on my experience, ang ginagawa naming base noon yung mga poste. And kung wala talaga mga poste, puno or bato, right? So, next, assign a member to guard your base. So, doon sa 3 members natin, kailangan yung isa, nandun lang siya sa base para kumbaga hindi maaagaw agad-agad yung base ninyo. Kasi dito sa of course, Agawan base, kailangan agawin ninyo yung base ng opponent ninyo. And of course, ganun din yung gagawin ng opponent. That's why kailangan may bantay lagi doon sa base ninyo. Next, to capture the opponents, you must tag them. So, kailangan tayain ninyo or mataya ninyo yung member no or members ng opponent ninyo. To capture opponent will be, the captured opponent will be the other team's prisoner. So, once na may matag kayo, ibig sabihin, nandun na siya nakakulong sa base ninyo. So, say for example, ako nakatag ng member ng opponent ko. Okay, so automatic pupunta siya doon sa base namin. Katabi ng base, nandun lang siya magi-stay. Hanggang sa dapat, kumbaga, makuha siya. Makuha siya nung kakampi niya. Ano po? Okay. Next, to steal the base of the opponent and win, you must touch their base. So, once na may makahawak na doon sa base ninyo, ibig sabihin, panalo lang yung kalaban ninyo. That's why, sabi dyan, kailangan or dapat laging merong guard doon sa base ninyo. Okay, so that's the end of our discussion for Agawan base. So let's proceed with sack race. So sack race is also considered as one of the examples of laro ng lahi. Right? So sack race, ayan, as you can see in the picture, they make use of sack, right? Or burlap sack. It is called as burlap sack. Okay, to begin with, let's start with the objective. So, first, discover how sack race is being played. Next, identify the skills that can be developed in playing the game. 3. Develop appreciation of playing traditional games, especially in this time of pandemic. First, let's have the definition of sack race. So, sack race or gani sack race is a competitive game in which participants place both of their legs inside a sack or pillowcase that reaches their waist or neck and hop forward from a starting point toward a finish line. Okay, so aside from sack race, it is also called as gani sack race. As you can see in the picture, sinusuot po yung sako hanggang sa waist level or sometimes hanggang neck kung meron kayo or available yung sack na medyo mahaba. Right? So, kailangan mag-hop ka para makarating doon sa finish line. So, from starting, mag-hop ka up to finish line. Okay, so based on the history of sack race, also there were no record kung sino yung nag-invent. Basta it originated here in the Philippines and kumbaga na-influence na natin yung ibang neighborhood natin na country. So, ganon ang nangyari na kumbaga nilalaro na din ng other countries aside from the Philippines. So, sack racing is traditionally seen as an activity for children, but people of any age can compete. In schools, the sack race often takes place on sports day, alongside numerous other events such as the egg and spoon race. It is also a frequent pastime at fairs, birthday parties, and picnics. So, usually, diba, we experience this game ng school activity. Like for example, family day, 'di ba? Sa school naman siya nangyayari or kung hindi man siya school activity, ginagawa to sa mga parties like reunion or birthday parties and also picnics, 'di ba? Kasi sobrang saya nitong laruin na sack race. Okay, let's have the equipment. So the equipments needed ay, yun, sack lang. Pero usually, pwede natin dagdagan yung equipment ng mga obstacle. Like, yung cones. 'Di ba? Nakakita naman na siguro kayo niyan. Yung cones po na parang pangharang. Yung, ayan, color, neon color siya na orange. Or pwede din namang apple green. Ayan. Ayan, sack. Burlap sack po ang tawag dyan. Ayan. About the game. So, about the game, on an area of flat, grassy ground that gets the children to line up with their feet inside their socks. So, usually, it is played in a flat surface kasi delikado na kung hindi flat, pwedeng matapilok, ma-outbalance, and then maglagapak sa floor, which can cause injuries or aksidente pa, Kaya usually it is played in flat or grassy ground para kung kahit matumba, hindi magagasgasan yung mga bata or yung mga players natin. Okay, so on the command, on your marks, they should reach down and hold the top of the sack around their waist or stomach. Okay, so on your marks, pag narinig nyo yung signal na ganito, kailangan maisuot natin yung sack, waist level or stomach level muna. Then, on the signal or the shout of get, set, go, to begin the fun-filled race, the first to jump, hop, bounce, and wobble to the finish line is the winner. So, Kapag narinig nyo naman ang signal na go, of course, you have to hop forward up to the finish line so that you will be considered as the winner. Okay, so to make the race more challenging and exciting, you could introduce obstacles for the children to jump around or over. So usually, we experience kung wala tayong obstacle, mismong tao yung nagiging obstacle natin, right? So sila yung mga nagsiserve as poste or obstacle nga na iikutan natin para kumbaga hindi madali na makakapunta sa finish line yung mga players. Okay, so pwede po yun. You can play sack race as an individual sack race. So, of course, individual sack race, ikaw lang. So, say for example, 4 players kayo, tig-isa kayo ng sack, and paunahan kayo makarating doon sa finish line. And relay race. So, relay race is somehow similar with team sack race. Ano po, sa relay race kasi, as a team siya. So, marami kayo. Like, say, for example, Team 1, Team 2, Team 3, and Team 4. So, yung Team 1 and up to Team 4, meron 4 members nung team. So, paunahan kayo, kailangan maubos lahat. Maubos lahat ng members ninyo na makarating doon sa finish line. Okay? So, sabihin natin si first player dito sa team 1, ayun, from starting, nakarating sa finish line, pabalik ng starting. Then, yung second player naman. Okay? So, 3-leg race. So, 3-leg race, ito naman ay pinapasok laang ay yung isang leg natin. Yung isang leg nasa labas, yung isang leg nasa loob ng sack. Okay, so to have a deeper understanding, isa-isahin natin siya. Okay, so individual sack race. So to play, you need 1 burlap sack for each individual participant. The more people racing, the more fun it is. Participants will run to the sack, put both feet in, and begin hopping toward the finish line. So, ayan na yung sinasabi ko kanina. So, paurunahan kayo na makarating sa finish line. Okay, individual, ayan, contestants must keep both feet in sack and at least one hand on the sack at all times para hindi matanggal doon sa waist level natin yung sack. Kailangan hawakan natin. So, the sack must remain as close to the waist as possible and should not fall below the knees. The first racer to the finish line win. So, of course, pag nasa knees level na natin yung sack, pwede tayong matumba and maunahan tayo ng kalaban natin. That's why kailangan hawakan natin and i-make sure natin na waist level lagi yung sako. Okay, next is we have the relay race. So, to play, you need 1 burlap sack for each participant of or team. The more people racing, the more fun it is. Each player puts both legs into sack and hops around a cone or some marked point and back, tagging the next person in line. Then the next person in line gets into the sack and repeats the ones around the cone course. The first team to win the finish line wins. So, ganito lang yung itsura niya. Okay, yung another player na naman. Okay, hanggang sa maubos siya. I mean, makatapos lahat ng members ninyo sa team ninyo. Okay, so ganun po yung relay race. Okay, so team race naman, ayan po siya. Okay, so to play, you need 1 burlap sack for each team. The more teams racing, the more fun it is. You start with 10 people per team or an even number. 5 people on each side of the field and number if starting with less than 10 per team. Start the race on one end and have each person tag the next in line in the other line. Continue until the team finishes. The first team to finish line wins. So, ayan po yung itsura ng team soccer. So, kumbaga nagkakapareha siya doon sa relay natin. Okay? Next is we have three-leg soccer. So, ganito yung itsura niya. Okay, so ayan. So, to play, you will need one burlap sack for each two-persons team. The more teams racing, the more fun it is. So, participants is tied side by side and put leg closest to each other in the burlap bag. Together, they race to the finish line. The first team to the finish line wins. Okay, so as you can see in the picture, kaya siya naging three-leg kasi 'di ba, anim sila pero isang leg lang yung parang kumbaga nako-consider. Kaya siya three-leg soccer race. Okay? So, variation. So, to add twist to any of the above races, try some of these variations. So, obstacles, kailangan natin mag-add if you want. So, make sure they are safe. Though, make sure natin kasi dapat, 'di ba, safety first, of course. So, next, have different age groups. So, pwede na magkakahalo from bata hanggang sa matanda. Pwede din naman, ang twist niyo is use mixed group combinations. Babae, lahat babae, or pwede din naman magkahalo. Babae, lalaki, kayong bahala. Okay? So, the references for this presentation. So, thank you very much. I hope you've learned something about this video lesson.